And this is, one should understand, this is the third round of American policy in this regard. It was invented for the Soviet Union, and it was deployed in the 1950s vis-a-vis the Soviet Union. And then, interestingly, it was deployed in a lighter way against Japan at the end of the 1980s and early 1990s, because Japan became so successful that even though Japan was our ally and has no army and everything else, Japan basically became an enemy in economic terms, and the United States landed very heavily on Japan and said, you can't export anymore to us, and you have to agree to that, you have to overvalue your currency by 50%, and you have to do all sorts of things because we're not going to let you continue to have the success. And we stopped Japanese growth. So this is the third try of this. But China's not Japan. Japan is 125 million people, and China's 1.4 billion people, and Japan is under the US security umbrella, and China is an independent superpower, and it's not going to sit still the way that Japan did in the early 1990s. China's going to figure out its way around all of this. But that was a big part of what we're seeing right now. So in a deep sense, Mearsheimer was right. China did nothing special to provoke any of this other than achieving rapid economic growth and economic progress. I see nothing extraordinary. Of course, every claim of China's success is they stole it from us, they cheated. This is both fantasy and prejudice mixed together with the fact that everybody steals a bit from everybody else, so there was nothing special about what China did. But in any event, it is the playbook, contain China, and that's a big part of what's going on. What Trump ran on was something completely different. He ran on tax cuts for the rich, and China is the one causing you all this. You see? Thank you, Donald. China's the one causing you all this pain. They stole your jobs, and I'm never going to let them get away with that. And so, intersecting with our grand strategy, which is ridiculous, is the protectionism that comes from a society in which winners don't compensate losers, but winners deflect the blame by blaming foreigners. And Trump's whole campaign was, you can blame everyone else except rich people. Rich people we give tax cuts to, but blame the people coming up from the border from Mexico, or blame the Chinese, or blame the foreigners. That plays well. It makes a nasty society even nastier and more disorganized and disoriented, and he did a very good job of that. And the Democrats, what used to be my party before I decisively left it, I have no home politically. I'm just disgusted by all of it. The Democrats learned the lesson of 2016, which is, protectionism is the way to win power. So the Democrats are always learning from the Republicans. They learned from the Republicans in the 1980s, always advocate for tax cuts. That's how Reagan became so popular. And then the Democrat, and remember, well, you don't remember, but if you're as old as I am, you remember Walter Mondale said, he's going to raise taxes, I'm going to raise taxes, he's going to raise taxes too, he just won't tell you. And Mondale lost 49 states by saying that. And since then, no Democrat has said, we'll raise taxes. They just follow the Republicans. Then it used to be that the Republicans were free traders, and then Trump cleverly exploited the widening inequalities in the United States and turned it into an anti-China protectionism. And then the Democrats have learned that too. So And then we have our grand strategist of our day, Jake Sullivan, who put the two pieces together and said, we can be protectionist and use this to contain China and win elections, and he's made a huge mess of everything by basically advising and helping to guide a policy where Biden came in and decided to double down on the anti-China sentiment and the anti-China policies. So in the first year of the administration, where I had a lot of former friends, they're not my friends anymore, I mean, I like them still, they don't like me anymore. But anyway, I said, oh, now reach out to your counterparts. We know all the technocrats in China, all the economic technocrats, of course, because we trained a lot of them. They're our students. They're friends for 30 years or 40 years. They said, no, the White House has said no contact. You can't have contact. We're reviewing our China policy. So for the first year, there was no discussion, basically. Even at the technocratic level, it was amazing. So wrong-headed, by the way. As an academic, I could keep all the contacts, talk to people, see friends, visit Beijing before COVID hit, and at least keep open channels. But the administration, no open channels at all. And then the idea was the tension must be good for our politics. We'll show how tough we are. We'll continue containment. We'll be more protectionist. We'll have a build in America policy, which is what what Biden is trying to do with the Infrastructure Act and the Inflation Reduction Act and so forth. China will have its ups and downs, but the main direction is not like that. The main direction is up. The most basic thing to watch is education, technology, and innovation. And on that, China's in the first ranks. And for an economy at China's level of development, that's the key. And that's not going away. That's going to continue. And China is leader, rightly, in many important technologies for the next 30 years, in digital technologies, in electric vehicles, in renewable energy, and many, many things. And the US might continue to try to contain China, but it can't do it. Even the technology cutoffs will not have much effect at all. China's busy innovating around the microchips, and I would not worry too much about that. And if the US blocks the US market for China's goods, there's a whole world outside of the US that wants Chinese goods, and that's what the Belt and Road Initiative and other similar initiatives of China, like the BRICS expansion, are after. So all in all, China will continue to develop. We should view that absolutely positively. It means better lives for the Chinese people. It means better opportunities for the world economy. It's better for the United States. China's progress is plus for the United States, and we should try to help our politicians make sense. Thank you very much.
What do you guys think? Will China ever back down like how Japan did? Please leave your comment below. We would love to hear from you.
Thank you for making it this far. If you like this video, you might want to share it with a like-minded friend. Thank you, and as always, stay blessed.